Welcome to Grub Street in Exile. For 16 years, this channel has documented the drift from democracy to digital feudalism. That glowing green clock isn't time, it's the algorithm, ticking away human agency with each synchronized pulse. I'm Roger Lewis, and this is where poetry meets political economy. The Bank for International Settlements sits in Basel, but its true architecture is this: a circular chamber where cascading data replaces debate. No humans required, just algorithms voting on your future at the speed of light. The Philippics I write aren't just poems, they're counter spells. 3 luxury cars race toward a giant pound symbol at sunset. This is the bank of mum and dad versus the extraction machine, where inherited wealth meets algorithmic capitalism. My home at EX formula proves mathematically what we know viscerally: the game is rigged. Every satellite is a ledger entry, every orbit a debt cycle. The HOM-X Fair Index repository on GitHub isn't just code, it's a map of how space itself has been financialized. We're not looking at stars anymore, we're looking at collateral, the hourglass filled with coins on the banker's desk. Time literally is money in the age of high-frequency trading. But whose time? The February 2026 poetry surge, 60 poems in 25 days, was my attempt to slow the clock, to make the algorithm pause, a guitar in a dark alley, neon sign reading Sonnet Truth. William Blake knew, for a tear is an intellectual thing. Every string vibrates at a frequency, every poem has a resonance. The tower in Basel trembles when the right note is struck. Context drift visualized. The swirling chaos behind every AI conversation. The W-Anchor protocol was born here, in this maelstrom. 3 monitors, 16-hour sessions, fighting large language models that forget their own promises. The anchor holds, but barely. Newton's mechanical universe made manifest, a giant gear crushing human scale. Bacon and Newton sheathed in dismal steel, Blake wrote. The fair housing formula fights back with mathematics of abundance, not scarcity. Every equation is a political choice. The 6-node debt circle from the Greek village parable, the €100 note that clears all debts until interest returns. Who forgives the interest? The Swedish ghost asks. No one. That's why the circle keeps spinning. Digital abundance rising from analog scarcity. The emerald crystal is data, knowledge, potential, but scattered around it, the broken tablets of old systems. This is where we are, between paradigms, holding fragments. Industrial decay on both sides, but the road itself glows with information streams. This is post-industrial Britain, factories silent, but data flowing. The City of London doesn't make things, it makes claims on things others make. A headless banker offers you his heart, but it's made of circuits and code. The humanity has been algorithmed out. This is the circle of blame made flesh. No one responsible because everyone's just following the program. 6 figures around an hourglass of gold. The same 6 from every board, every committee, every independent inquiry. Time runs out while they deliberate. The poetry I write is meant to flip that hourglass before the last grain falls. A man stands in the ruins of paper systems, contracts, deeds, promises, all dissolving. The conquest of Forge wasn't about building software. It was about creating something that survives the collapse. Something reproducible. Something real. London glows on the screen, but I stand in shadow. Every post on Grub Street in Exile maps a different corner of the labyrinth. 900,000 views, they say. But how many saw the pattern? How many found the thread? Finally, the loaves and equations. Man does not live by bread alone, but try living without it. The formulas floating above aren't abstract. They're the difference between housed and homeless, fed and hungry. Dough with math for technical writers. Version 1.0. The anchor holds, for now.
Hey there! Just pushing some code before my evening ride. Nothing like a little TypeScript with your fika, right? Build and deploy. Boom! Tack för att du tittade. See you on the road.
The That's the last piece. Watch it fall into place. Build complete. Done.